GFC 2014, we're here talking previews. We're rounding out the big guys. The last weight class, 215, 285 pounds. These weights are always thinner than the lighter weights because it's preseason, it's football time, so a lot of the big guys aren't around. They're playing football right now. But we're going to break down what we got, 215, 285. I'm Tony Greathouse, MichiganGrappler.com. With me to my left, Steve Wodzinski, Associated Wrestling Press, Michigan Grappler High School Analyst, and J.J. Johnson, the Associated Wrestling Press College Analyst. And we're talking GFC 215, 285. The GFC is going down this Saturday, October 18th in Battle Creek, Kellogg Arena. 215 pounds. We got a Fargo finalist as the top seed. We also got a few other guys that are pretty solid with some state accomplishments. Steve, give me a rundown of who our top guys are at 215.
The top guy, hands down, is Luke Reddy. He's coming off just a monster summer. He was a Fargo runner-up, lost by like a point in the finals. He's a guy who, he's not nationally ranked at 220 right now, but he's right on the cusp of being a top 20 guy, and he's also a top 100 recruit in the class of 2016.
What high school does he go to?
I believe he's a Bulldog.
Brighton High School?
Brighton Bulldog.
He's got some good coaches.
That's right. So he was fourth in the state last year. Seeing him as one of the guys who early on might be one of the most improved over the last over the summer. At the number 2 seed, we got George Lehar, Bergeron, third in the state in Division III last year. Really good summer. Had a really good Disney duels, and his stock's on the rise. Got a Division I state placer, Mitchell Gross of Salem. He's the 3 seed, so that'll be a pretty good match, 2-3. Number 4, we got our final state placer, Josh Quinn, a senior from Mason County Central. Number 5, it's Michael Gregory from Ohio, a district qualifier. We got Barker Hadawan of the Churchill Chargers at number 6, who's a regional qualifier. And number 7, Colin McFarland from Airport, Michigan, as the final and 7th seed. He's just a sophomore, qualified for regionals as a freshman last year.
All right, JJ, I'm going to go to you. You know, obviously this isn't as big of a weight class as the other weights that we break down, so there's not quite as much to analyze. You know Luke Reddy as good as anybody as one of his coaches at Brighton High School, and you've seen the improvements that he's made over the course of the last 12-15 months. But what do you see here in this weight class? Can anybody beat Luke Reddy, or is it Luke Reddy all the way?
That's a loaded question, but I mean anyone could beat anyone, but he'll definitely have to be ready. He's wrestled Lahar and Gross. He actually had a pretty good match with Mitchell Gross at the state tournament, so if anyone was going to do it, maybe he's the guy. I know he's, like you said, been much improved over the last year, and yeah, looking forward to watching these guys wrestle. Probably, I think it'll be Gross over Lahar in the semis. So,
Steve, what do you got? What's your analysis or breakdown on this weight class, and if anyone can compete or can knock off Luke Reddy?
You know, Lahar has had a really good summer, and I like him to make the finals, and he might close the gap a little bit from their last matchup, but Reddy was pretty dominant the last time they wrestled, and I'd be pretty shocked if he were to lose to anyone who's currently registered.
Well, there you have it, guys. 215 pounds. It looks like Luke Reddy, Brighton, Michigan, is the favorite to win it. But you know, like JJ said, they got to wrestle. Everyone's got to show up to compete. So we'll see what happens, and that's why we have the Grappler Fall Classic, so that these guys can show up and try to get some and knock somebody off and put themselves on the map. Moving on, last one, heavyweight. We got a thin group, as always, at heavyweight, but we do have some guys who are returning state qualifiers, regional qualifiers, who are going to be competing for all-state, state championship status this year. Steve, who are the big guys to watch?
At the top of the seeds, we got 2 Division II state qualifiers, John Morris from Airport, Cole Antcliffe from Greenville. I think they both were a match away from being all-state last year. Tough kids, look for them to be high state placers in Division II. Number 3, Chase Morrison, Pine River, D4 state qualifier, as just a sophomore last year. Had a good summer, wrestled in Fargo on the national duels team as well, so he's a tough kid. Number 4, 2-time D4 state qualifier, Nick Burt from Addison High School. Number 5, Joey Hatchett, who was a district qualifier in Ohio, was just a sophomore last year. Some pretty positive results. And number 6, Michigan regional qualifier of Hastings, Raiden McLeod.
That's 6 solid big guys. JJ, who is your pick? Who you got winning at 285?
So I'm going to go with Chase Morrison, and I think he's the guy because as far as I had seen with the summer wrestling, I think he wrestled the most out of those guys. So if they're evenly matched and he elevated his game a little bit, he'd be my pick, and I think it'll be an all D4 matchup, him and Nick Burt in the finals.
Steve, who you got?
Cole Antcliffe, I thought, had a lot of positive potential at the state tournament last year. Greenville does a pretty good job developing their big guys, so I'm going to go with Cole and Cliff to get the GFC title and get some.
I'm going to go with the dark horse on this one, guys. I think unseeded from Monroe High School.
He's tough.
Keith Matthews. Watch out. You know, a weight class like this is pretty wide open. And as you guys know, with heavyweights, you know, low-scoring matches, anybody can win if, you know, they show up and they wrestle hard. And Matthews is a guy who's been a tough 215-pounder. So I'm interested to see how he does up at heavyweight. And I think he's someone that can make some noise at 285 pounds. So there you have it, folks. Those are our previews. This is the last one we did, 285. So if you haven't already done so, go back, check every weight class out, so you know everything you need to know. Every weight class for the Grappler Fall Classic going down this Saturday, October 18th, Battle Creek, Michigan. You can follow it online. The results will be posted as they go. We're going to be running cameras all day long, video on all the matches. Quarterfinals on will be posted, videoed and posted. And you know, you can always follow us on Twitter @MishGrappler. We're going to be hashtagging GFC 2014 to all our posts, and we're also going to be, as always, hashtagging Get Some, because everyone who's coming this weekend is coming to get some. We hope that you can make it, and we'll see you soon.